Grade 7 learners, welcome to TNE Agricultural Crop Production Quarter 4 Module 1 with the topic Select and Use Farm Tools. I am Teacher Ever, your guide for this lesson, and you are watching DepEd MP TV. This episode provides discussion and series of activities that will give a deep understanding about farm tools used in horticultural operations. At the end of this lesson, you are expected to: number 1, identify the different farm tools used in horticultural operations. Number 2, demonstrate the proper use of farm tools used in horticultural operations. And number 3, appreciate the value of farm tools used in horticultural operations. Be ready with your learning materials such as answer sheet, pen, and your self-learning module. To start with, let's find out what you already know about the different types of farm tools.
Direction. Read and understand each question carefully. Choose the letter of the best answer and write it in your answer sheet. You are given 5 seconds to answer each item. Let's start. For number 1, what farm tool is best used in removing trash, digging loose soil, moving soil from one place to another, and for mixing soil media? Letter A, rake. B, shovel. C, spading fork. Letter D, light hoe. Number 2. These are devices that make the work of man easier and faster. A, polo. B, shovel. C, spade. Letter D, tools. Number 3. It is a tool used to clean and level the ground. A, rake. B, hoe. C, polo. D, spading fork. Number 4. This is a tool that is used to collect animal manure from the ground. A, polo. B, hoe. C, rake. D, shovel. Number 5. What tool is best used in cutting branches of trees? A, hammer. B, polo. C, rake. D, spading fork. Number 6. What farm tool is used for loosening the soil, digging out root crops, and turning over the materials in a compost heap? A, shovel. B, rake. C, spade. D, spading fork. Number 7. This farming tool has a structure like a question mark. It is used to harvest cereals like rice, wheat, barley, and grass. A, sickle. B, hammer. C, polo. D, rake. Number 8. A tool that can be used for driving nails into wooden structures, whether in the farm or at home. A, hammer. B, sickle. C, shears. D, spading fork. Number 9. This farm tool is used to prune down trees or branches of shrubs, trimming of hedges, and trimming of ornamental plants used in house decoration. A, spading fork. B, hammer. C, shears. D, rake. Number 10. A farm tool that is used for tilling the soil. A, hoe. B, hammer. C, shovel. D, sickle. 11. A tool used for digging deep holes. A. Grab hoe. B. Crowbar. C. Pick mattock. D. Pruning shear. 12. A hand tool used for cultivating the garden by loosening the soil and removing weeds around the plant. A. Sickle. B. Dibbler. C. Hand cultivator. D. Hand trowel. 13. A container for water with a handle and a long tube used for pouring water in garden plants. A. Dibbler. B. Hand trowel. C. Hoe. D. Watering can. 14. A single-wheeled garden tool with handles located in its rear by which it can be pushed and guided used to transport piles of dirt, weeds, fertilizers, and others. A. Pail. B. Wheelbarrow. C. Dibbler. D. Watering can. 15. This is commonly used on the farm to spray pesticide, herbicide, and fertilizer on agricultural crop. A. Bucket. B. Pail. C. Sprayer. D. Hand trowel. Now, it's time for us to check your answers. For number 1, it is letter B. Number 2, D. 3A, 4D, 5B. Number 6, D, 7A, 8A, 9C, and number 10A, 11B, 12C, 13D, 14B, and number 15C.
After checking your answers, how many scores you got? Have you got all the correct answers? Very good! For those who didn't make it, listen carefully on our discussion for you to be able to make it on the post-assessment. When you were in grade 6, you have an EPP subject, right? Also, you've experienced planting vegetables in your school garden or even in your backyard, isn't it? Therefore, this lesson will help you understand the use of farm tools. Do you want to play a game? I know you are excited about it. So, let's play the game entitled Word Hunt.
Direction. Find and encircle tools that are used in a farm. This game is very easy. All you have to do is to find the 8 tools used in horticultural operations. Let's start. The first word is sprayer. Very good. Now, it's your turn to hunt for the remaining 7 words. Good luck.
But before we proceed, let's define first the following terms. Number 1, farm. Farm is an area of the land that is developed primarily for agricultural processes with the objective of producing food and other crops. Number 2, farmer. Farmer refers to the person who cultivates land or crops or raises animals such as livestock or fish. Number 3, farm tools. Farm tools are instruments used in the farm to aid us in farm work, thereby making it easy.
The first part of our discussion is about garden tools. When we say garden tools, these are small and light tools which are commonly used in farming and in gardening. First, we have the shovel or pala in our dialect. It's a tool with a broad deep scoop and a long handle, often used for cleaning ditches, digging and moving soil and other granular materials. Second, we have the spade. This tool would be the tool of choice for digging a planting hole, a trench, or a ditch. Next, we have the rake, a tool used to clean the ground and for leveling the topsoil. Bolo or buneng is a tool used for clearing vegetation, whether for agriculture or during trail blazing. It is the most popular among the farm tools. Spading fork or kalaykay is a tool used for loosening the soil, digging out root crops, and turning over the materials in a compost heap. Pick matok or piko has a pointed thick blade on one end and a flat sharp edge of about 2 to 3 inches in width on the other end. A handle is attached at the center of it. It is used to dig in deeper into the soil structure. Crowbar or barita is used to unearth and relocate bigger stones, breaking in the hard topsoil structure when digging deep holes. Next, we have the shears or kartib. Is a pair of scissors with two long blades connected at a point by a bolt and a nut, of which the blades are sharpened at one edge. The picture seen in the screen is so-called pruning shear. Next, we have the stake and string. The staka or linas is a short and pointed wooden stick or metal rod is fastened on both ends of a long string. It is designed as a guide to make straight plots or burrows in place. The second part of our discussion for today is about the hand tools. When we say hand tools, these are light materials that are being used in farming or in gardening without the use of animals or machineries. Under hand tools, we have the hand sickle or kumpay. Is a tool with a short handle and a curved blade. It is usually used for cutting grass, weeds, and other plants. In our community, it is being used in harvesting palay. Next, we have the hand cultivator. It's used for cultivating garden by loosening the soil and removing weeds around the plant. Hand trowel is a small garden tool which you use for digging small holes or removing weeds. This tool is like a small handheld shovel or a spade. Tibbler or sanggap is a short pointed wooden stick or metal rod around 1 inch in diameter used to bore holes in prepared plant beds for sowing seeds and transplanting seedlings. Next, we have the watering can and sprinklers. It's a container for water with a handle and a long tube used for pouring water onto garden plants. Next, we have the pail or bucket or timba in our dialect, a cylindrical container with a handle that is used for carrying water, manure, grains, and fertilizers. Sprayers are commonly used on farms to spray pesticides, herbicides, and fertilizers on agricultural crops. We have 3 types of sprayers. First, we have the trigger sprayer, the smallest one. Second, the knapsack sprayer, which is very popular in our community. And the last one, we have the power sprayer. And the last, we have the wheelbarrow or karatilya. It's a tool to transport piles of dirt, weeds, or any other small load, and when moving big piles of sand. Before we end our discussion, always remember that farm tools makes our work easier and faster. Thus, it saves much time and effort. And don't forget to follow the manufacturer's manual and apply the occupational safety practices by using your proper PPE uniform.
For you to be able to master our lesson, you have to answer the following activities.
Activity 1. Classify the tools given inside the box by writing them under proper heading. Classify them as garden tools or hand tools, just like the following slide. Spade is under garden tools and shears is under hand tools. Assessment 1. Match column A with the items in column B. Write the corresponding letter of the correct answer on the blank. Activity 2. Draw 5 farm tools showing its proper uses or functions. Materials needed for this activity, you have pencil, bond paper, eraser, and ruler. You will be graded through the following rubrics. We have 2 criteria here. First, we have the proper use of tools, and second, the correctness of drawing. A total of 20 points. Assessment 2. Identify the uses or function of the following farm tools. Identify at least 5 farm tools and give brief description in its function according to their job requirements. Next, write true on the line if the statement is correct and false if it is wrong. Number 1. Garden tools are mostly used in small farms for gardening like spade, hoe, bolo, spading fork, and others. Number 2. Pick mattock is a power tool typically powered by electricity or battery, which modes are for drilling and for screw driving. Number 3. Shears are seen as pair of an enlarged scissors with 2 long blades used primarily to prune branches of shrubs or for trimming of ornamental plants. Number 4. Pail is a cylindrical container with a handle that is used for carrying water, manure, grains, and fertilizers. Number 5. Bolo is a single-edged knife of Philippine origin used for clearing vegetation or for trail blazing. Number 6. A rake is a tool with a broad tip scoop or blade used for cleaning, digging, transferring soil, and other granular materials. 7. The spading fork is used for loosening the soil, digging root crops, and turning over of compost heap. 8. Checking farm tools for defects before using them ensures safety to the tool user. 9. Farm tools must be used appropriately according to job requirements and manufacturer's conditions. And number 10. One must practice safety and care when using farm tools. Now let's check your answers. For number 1, true. Number 2, false. Number 3, true. Number 4, true. Number 5, true. Number 6, false. 7, true. 8, true. Number 9, true. And number 10, true. Did you get all the correct answers? Very good. Keep it up. Next activity, share your knowledge by giving an answer to the following questions. Number 1. Why are farm tools important to us or to our farmers? And number 2. How will you keep yourself safe when using farm tools? You may pause this video while answering these questions.
How is your journey in answering those activities? Have you answered them all? I know you made it. Good job, learners. For your performance activity, take a photo of yourself while demonstrating the use of different farm tools that are available to your book. Use at least 5 different farm tools. using the rubrics flashed in your screen. You are smart for reaching this stage. Now, let us check what you have learned by answering the post-assessment.
Direction. Choose the letter of the best answer and write in your answer sheet. You are given 5 seconds to answer each item. Number 1. Which farm tool is used to gather materials together such as leaves and to make the surface of the ground smooth and loose before you put plants in? A. Light hoe. B. Rake. C. Shovel. D. Spading fork. Number 2. The senior Boy Scouts had their camping in a batan. They were asked by patrol to clean the area before pitching their tents. What tool did they use which will also be the tool for their trailblazing activity? A. Bolo. B. Shovel. C. Spade. D. Rake. Number 3. Juan sets out to dig the sweet potato crop he planted in his garden. Which appropriate tool do you think did he bring with him? A. Hand sickle. B. Garden hoe. C. Spade. D. Spading fork. Number 4. This is a small garden tool which you use for digging small holes or removing weeds. This tool is like a small handheld shovel or spade. A. Circular saw. B. Hand cultivator. C. Hand trowel. D. Spading fork. Number 5. A cylindrical container with a handle that is used for carrying water, manure, grains, and fertilizers. A. Pail. B. Hand cultivator. C. Hand trowel. D. Spading fork. Number 6. It has a pointed thick blade on one end and a flat sharp edge of about 2 to 3 inches in width on the other end. A handle is attached at the center of it. It is used to dig in deeper into the soil structure. A. Crowbar. B. Hand sickle. C. Hand trowel. D. Pick mattock. Number 7. Sir Albert is teaching his students about the appropriate use of farm tools. He demonstrated how to apply pesticide in the plants on the garden. Which tool did he use? A. Shears. B. Sickle. C. Spading fork. D. Sprayer. Number 8. How do farm tools help farmers in their work? First, it makes their work easier and faster. Second, it speeds up work and saves much time. Third, it costs much for them to be buying farm tools. Fourth, it needs manpower before the tools can be utilized. The choices are A. First and fourth. B. Second and third. C. Second and fourth. And letter D. First and second. Number 9. This is commonly used on the farm to spray pesticide, herbicide, and fertilizer on agricultural crop. A. Bucket. B. Pail. C. Hand trowel. D. Sprayer. Number 10. Why does one need to check farm tools for defects before using them? A. To help farmers avoid the use of very expensive farm tools. B. To keep safe from accidents that may occur due to continuous use of defective farm tools. C. To keep oneself safe from the effect of staying long under the sun's heat and temperature. And letter D. To avoid overspreading of insects that may harm plants in the garden. Number 11. How will farmers protect themselves from using farm tools, especially those powered by electricity? A. They need to buy expensive products from manufacturers. B. They should read specifications and use farm tools purchased according to job requirements and manufacturer's conditions. C. They should not use farm tools which are already tested for its efficiency and durability. And letter D. They need to consult their friends who never tried to use farm tools powered by electricity. Number 12. A tool used for digging deep holes. A. Crowbar. B. Grab hoe. C. Pick mattock. D. Pruning shear. 13. A hand tool used for cultivating the garden by loosening the soil and removing weeds around the plant. A. Sickle. B. Dibbler. C. Hand trowel. D. Hand cultivator. Number 14. A container for water with a handle and a long tube used for pouring water into garden plants. A. Dibbler. B. Hand trowel. C. Hoe. D. Watering can. Number 15. A single-wheeled garden tool with handles located in its rear by which it can be pushed and guided, used to transport piles of dirt, weeds, fertilizers, and others. A. Dibbler. B. Pail. C. Watering can. D. Wheelbarrow. It's time for us to check your answers. Number 1, B. Number 2, A. 3, D. 4, C. 5, A. Number 6, D. 7, D. 8, D. 9, D. And number 10, B. 11, B. 12, B. 13, C. 14, D. And number 15, D.
I believe you enjoyed our lesson for this week. To summarize what you have learned, compose or construct a short song using your own dialect about the use of farm tools. Submit it in a song or in a hard copy. Congratulations for finishing this lesson. See you on the next episode. Bye! I would like to acknowledge Sir Leon Wasian Jr. from Babagang National High School, Schools Division of Mountain Province, the developer of this self-learning module from which this video lesson was based.